actually in Southfield. This is a borderland community of Metro Detroit. So I'm going to show you this area. Really nice, really beautiful area. I need to turn around. Kind of high-end area. If you bought maybe 15, 20 years ago, these houses are upwards of $350,000 to $450,000. Predominantly different races of people now. It's a beautiful area, right? So beautiful homes here. We're going to be practicing driving through here, really curvy, very scenic. Also, we're going to be taking probably 8 Mile because I-94 has construction, Gratiot has construction, so we're not trying to be stuck in traffic. But I want to give you some extra information to help you. Why should you watch this? I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults. I teach teens. I show you how to drive. So this is a uncontrolled intersection. I believe I need to turn left. And then I need to make a right turn. Really beautiful area here. But also old school neighborhood, no stop signs, very little, smaller roads. The city pays good money to take care of the roads. Beautiful homes, they need to be, kept up. But we're gonna show you how to drive. This person's hanging out, so I want to stay to the right, and then this car is going to yield for me. I don't want to fall off the road. I'll thank them, and I'm just trying to be courteous. Literally, we will fall off the road. But I go live to show you how to drive. I'll go live going on I-94, I-80, Detroit, Chicago, Texas, Florida. Anywhere I go, I'm going to go live and give you information to help you learn how to drive. And that's what it's all about. So we're going to come up here and stop. Here's our stop sign, S-T-O-P. But now we need to move forward. I'm looking left and right. I'm moving forward. This is the Roseland Woods. So it's a suburban area. You can Google it and look it up. So I'm looking left and right. I could take 10 Mile or 11 Mile or 12 Mile, but I'm not sure if those routes go through. I don't want to be lost. I know 8 Mile goes through, and that's called baseline. Okay, so I'm just going to wait and checking traffic. Go on routes that you know go through, and if you're not sure, then don't go on those routes, right? I'm waiting, then I'm going to make my turn real easy. Okay, these small suburban areas, you can find good values in homes, small hometown feel. So it's a lot to offer, and you're one step out of Metro Detroit, Metro Chicago, Houston, Texas. You get what I'm saying. The housing values go up, but we want to be safe, and I want to show you this. Really beautiful here, right? Very scenic, very nice, beautiful, not real chaotic. So you see where you're going to pay a premium for living in this area, but also the driving route changes, the energy changes, the dynamics change. So we just want to keep moving. And the lot sizes are bigger. If you can get one of these homes and fix it up and flip, you're going to be making some money. But the key thing is money. Okay, so we're maintaining good speed. I don't think we can make a right on left on 8 Miles, so we're going to have to make a right, then a left. We cannot make a left, so we got to get over to the right. Okay, yep. Deja vu. It's crazy, man, how life just kind of comes full circle, man. Right, we're going to stop here. And then this is 8 Mile. Also, I believe Eminem filmed his videos here. So I'm going to go up. It's called Show in the Car. But there's a lot of traffic. So I'm looking left and right. We just got to wait. It's just a lot of traffic. Okay? But if you know how to spot a value and you can kind of predict what the neighborhoods are going to look like and what they're going through, you can really, get some good properties. But you got to know how to drive. Okay? A lot of these high schools don't teach drivers, say, okay, I can turn on red. Bam. Okay, And then I have to get over to the left, but there's crazy construction. I had to go down 3 or 4 miles. Can't make a left turn here. See how messed up this is? So we're going to have to go down some and then turn around. But the cities on the right, the suburban areas on the cities on the left, the suburban areas on the right. Got it flipped. And then we're going to make a turnaround. Let's take our time. This is called a J-turn. Okay? Just coming up real easy. And then, of course, the sign there says, do not enter wrong way. Okay. I'm not being bold. I'm just, okay, I can go in the inside lane. Bam. Now, we don't want to be stuck near cars. We always want to have an out. We're doing the SIPDE process. I see the pedestrian there. I pray that they don't walk out in front of us. I see the light. I'm off the gas. Okay? Squeezing my brakes. There's some areas you don't want to stop in. Trust me. This is one of the areas you do not want to stop in. But I'm showing you these things because you need to know about these things. Okay? And we're waiting, and you see the sign, no left turn, do not enter wrong way. People will make turns if you don't properly have signage. Okay? So we're going to take 4 or 5 different routes because the expressway is closed. So you got to know routes. We're currently going east on 102. 102 is 8 mile. Speed limit is 40 or 45. Also, you can do your research. Benjamin Armstrong, who went to Iowa, also played for the Chicago Bulls, used to live over here. I did block his shot in high school. You can look it up. I won't lie on that. He went to Brother Rice. All these are true, factual things. I know there are going to be people looking this up. You're probably saying, so what? But you remember things like that. Maintain a good speed. Trying to take my time. And you're going to see the economic development. You're going to see the lack of economic development. Before the highway was built, this was the main road. So this would take you all the way to the water. And, oh, that car ran away. And this will take you, I want to say up to the Capitol, but don't hold me to the, oh my God, they lost their tire, bro. What? You see anything, okay? A lot of incredible memories here, but also some horrible memories, okay? But when you go through these areas, you thank your parents, hey, get your education, work hard, surround yourself with the right people. So I'm trying to tell you this as your uncle, as your big bro. Work hard, get your college degree, graduate. Don't make poor decisions because you'll end up in the hood, on the street, or 6 feet under. I'm giving you real advice. Okay? So we're rolling through, nice and patient. So many memories. Okay? And we're going to go over the bridge. Trying to take our time. You can see the beautiful buildings to the left. Industrial areas. Some of these buildings are empty now because the population demographics have changed. And some of you may recognize this, some of you may not. So we're going to continue making good speed. We're in the left lane, you can tell by the solid yellow. And you can go 2 ways. You can take the side road or the bridge. Speed limit's 45. In this area to the left, it's a logistics plant. Young lady in a Camaro. And the scanning, looking ahead. My lane ends soon, so I'm going to be careful. I'm going to get over. I'm checking mirrors. I'm keeping space. Okay. You want nice rims, Hot Wheel City. Get your nice 22s, 26s. Right. Taking our time. There are a lot of clubs here, but that shows you the economic disadvantage of the area. I'm just keeping it real with you. Also, I remember driving through here, going to a local high school to teach driver's ed. There was a pit. She was getting ready to deliver puppies right on the side of the road. I'm like, oh my God, I felt so bad, but I couldn't help. So we're trying to keep space. You don't want to tailgate in this area. You want to keep room. Anything could happen. So I'm giving you a perspective, applying the SIPDE process, leaving it out. You don't want to tailgate. Radio station to the left, right? A lot of incredible stories here. Some bad, some good. This is the fastest route. I could have taken through suburban areas, but the speed limit would have been artificially low, 25, 35. I've never been in that radio station, but I would love to go in. You know, there are things you want to do as a young child, or you see on the internet, just to go in there, man. Talk to people, hey, okay? But unfortunately not. Scanning the area. Again, listen to your parents. Get good education. Don't hang out with the wrong people. Listen to your high school, middle school teachers. They mean the best for you. For some of you, you don't listen. And you've been in trouble. And you made poor decisions. I'm not judging. I'm just speaking truth. And part of my role, I want to do social emotional. And they're adults like me who care. Driving is a tool, a vehicle, not in terms of a car, but a vehicle to help you get a job, help you get out of a poor neighborhood, help you see other areas where people live. Okay, I used to drive clients over there to the left. Kind of when you drive, your mind just whoosh, all these memories. But I can look at this area and say, I've worked hard, I achieved. Never being too good to come back, but also don't want to come back if I don't have to. Okay? But there are opportunities out here if you have the money and resources and educational tools. Okay? Many of you are not from the city and you don't understand. You're like, what is he talking about? Okay? But a lot of things you see on the internet or TV aren't real. They can take you to the worst area, and you're like, that's what it's like. No, it's not. The photographer or videographer or documentary just took you in the worst area they could find, and then you think the area is like that. Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, California. They're just trying to shame the city, or shame the state, or shame the region. Okay? But we want to keep going and keep celebrating success. So either this will depress you or motivate you. Passing my Baker's Keyboard Lounge, man. Okay, Anita Baker. Do your research. Okay, there's a motorcycle coming up. I hear it, you'll hear it. It's right behind us. Okay, I want you to hear it. You hear the motorcycle, hear it. But I'm checking mirrors all the time. That's one of those little pocket rockets, man. But a lot of those guys or ladies, they're just terrorizing the city. This is a problem across the country. I thought that was like a 600cc or a liter bike. That boy's a joke, but he's got blind spots too. I want you to see that. Okay? He's got his phone right there. Got a GoPro there. That thing's really loud too. I got the windows rolled up. You can still hear it. And I'm not saying a person just causing trouble, but they cause trouble. In a lot of communities, they're taking those spikes, they're chasing those groups down because they're just taking over the cities and suburban areas. So if you want to lose your city, then you got to stand up for your city or your suburban area. I'm just keeping it real with you, man. All right. Magic Johnson also has invested in this area too. Economic development. Okay. You see the man over there flying? Bruh. That thing is not that fast, but it's quick. It's just, he's got a hoodie on and a helmet. If he falls, that little hoodie's going to be ripped off and all his skin is going to be gone. Wear the right type of protection material, please. Be safe. So we're going to continue on 8 Mile, and then we're going to take some other routes. I could get on the freeway, but this is more consistent. Thank you for coming in. We riding on 8 Mile. We're seeing the city. We're seeing suburban areas. We're seeing real life out here. And as an instructor, I take you to these areas. Some of you know, some of you don't know, some of you don't care. But I want to educate you. Okay. Both of these guys are dressed wrong. You see the gentleman with the Harley, no leather, so no helmet. He falls, it's done. This guy's got a hoodie on. At least he won't have brain damage. Dang, that thing is loud, bro. Oh, I would get a headache with that. And Black Lives Matter. You see the picture over there? They're from Maryland. Floyd was. I'm not sure where the lady was. That thing is so obnoxious. And then the guy in Harley, he's just cutting over. Whew. Now we can hear again. Our ears were bleeding. Our eardrums were bleeding. And then there are a lot of police to the left because people cut over on the highway. And this area was very famous. This house was torn down. All right, maintaining a good speed, taking time. Oh, there's a fire truck behind us. Every time we come over here, there's been an accident or the police or a fire truck. Every time we come over here. I'm just saying, I don't want to run over that debris in the road. We'll probably make this lights on the countdown timer. Okay. We're ahead of the fire truck, but eventually we're going to have to pull over to the right. State law. And I'm just trying to be smooth, take my time. I'm going to get over one lane to the right. Trying to be very smooth, be patient. I actually bought my SS Trailblazer out here in this area. It was a 2008. Had the, I think it was the LS2. Had the Corvette engine there, all-wheel drive. The truck was a beast. My brother warned me, you got a high-performance vehicle, you need to be careful. They're going to steal it. 2 years later, he was right. They stole my SS Trailblazer, and I just started getting on the platform, and I used my phone to record the security video when they pushed my truck out, because they were stealing catalytic converters, they were stealing airbags, and then they eventually saw my truck, and what did they do? They stole it. My heart was broke. So there's a fire truck behind us. We need to I'm getting away from them, and then we're just gonna slow down. Yeah, I'm back. You can tell we up in the hood. Okay, Yeah, it's still beautiful outside. We up on 8 Mile now. I had to pick up these documents, really important. So it's like a 55 mile, longer than that, 55 to 60 mile drive. So we're on 8 Mile baseline 102. Okay, still beautiful out here. 94 is shut down at Gratiot. I'm not taking Gratiot. I'm taking a different route. You got to know different routes. Okay, I'm not gonna run these lights. You know, it was funny. Every time I'm over here and I go live, there's always a police situation, an accident. Yeah, it looks the same. They're well. I gotta know more of the history of Chicago. Detroit discovered 1701. You know, French. But there's an alarm behind us. Okay, there goes those Durangos, those Hemis. Okay, it's high performance cars, Motor City. Yeah, Chicago and Detroit are very similar. Yes. Okay, you see my man flying in the Dodge Ram over there. But I'm glad I know different routes, and you just got to be prepared, because going to the area, I noticed we were going west of 94, eastbound was closed, and they were directing traffic. So there was a backup of like 5 miles. So I knew I was going to be taking a different route. So we're just trying to cruise to make these lights. You know, it's funny, there's a Tesla to the right. So it's not even close. The Tesla's leaving that Ram. Don't get embarrassed, son. Yeah, that Tesla. That's what I want to use for driver's ed, social emotional. You know, help people. Early on, you've been with me from the beginning. Early on, we talked about social emotional. I put together a plan. So like I said, I really appreciate there's motorcycles behind us now. This is a dangerous area we're in, but I take clients driving through here too. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta know what you're doing. Another motorcycle. That's that same guy. Okay? If I could have took a picture and sent it to you, you would have laughed. Someone was looking very pale, and we up in the hood. Yeah, they pulling people over, bro. Foreman Mills used to be over here to the right. Foreman Mills. You'll see the sign. I think it might be closed. Foreman Mills. Do they have a Foreman Mills in New York? Foreman Mills in Chicago? Or is it a Midwest thing? Romeo and Juliet Furniture. Romeo, Juliet. But this guy or lady, this motorcycle is so obnoxious. They used 2 years ago. Okay. This guy's really following close to this car. Okay, I'm just trying to take my time. Why am I hanging around? I got to get away from this person. I'm getting too comfortable. You saw me eat. I got too comfortable. I got to keep moving. I don't want to hang around this motorcycle. I don't want to hang around. I want to keep moving. I want to have space. The SIPDE process. Okay? I got comfortable for a second. E, you saw me. I was just chilling, and this guy on the motorcycle was just like, looking. I don't want to hit him, and I don't want him to hit me. You hear this motorcycle? That is so obnoxious, I swear. Nope, I cannot drive that. He's just got a helmet on too. I think it's a he. But women ride motorcycles too. I've been on one before, but I flipped it. I drove one in college. I hit the front brakes. I flipped. I said, nope, I'm done. My friend had a Kawasaki. I think he had a kid that was like 1,000. So when I was like a teen, we used to ride through the neighborhood, no helmet on. But when you're young, you do stuff like that. So I'm making this left turn. You can see we losing light. That was the police, bro. Police can make illegal turns. We can't. That's not fair. All right. I don't like being by cars. Yeah. So this is an industrial area. I think we went live here in a truck. I was following a little too close. This truck just like stopped and then cut over to the right, almost rearing into someone, leaving out. That's defensive mindset that I have. Have a defensive mindset. Okay? So, yeah, I don't want to be close. You see this open road. But also, it's hard for beginning drivers to see at night also too. Yeah, I had to put in directions because I wasn't sure of this residence I was going to pick up these important documents. But it's expensive. Homes are expensive, cars are expensive, used cars are expensive. Everything is priced out of the regular middle class. Okay, we're just trying to maintain good speed here. You can see all these cars, they're all like together. That Durango's tailgating, this car's tailgating. They just do us some litter. What the heck? So I'm just trying to back off and not tailgate. But I don't like people beside me. Sorry guys, I had to take a phone call. I'm back. So in these areas like this, it's really easy to fall asleep mentally because there's not a lot of visual stimulation. This is when you run a light. This is when you get hit. This is when you don't check your blind spot. So the one thing I can tell you, you got to always be checking your mirrors. Always check your mirrors. I had a very good high school driver's education teacher. This is way before I even started thinking about driver's ed. And then I had an opportunity, advice was given to me, hey Myles, driver's education is a great summer job. That's one of the best advice I ever took in my life. Okay, you guys like my blue? I am just switching up colors a little bit. So this is like the golden hour, and we're just trying to take our time, not trying to tailgate, trying to be mentally alert, take our time, and just be patient. Again, this is another big industrial area, and this goes parallel to 94, I believe. But you need to know more than, excuse me, you need to know more than one route to get to your destination, and you just got to be safe. Also from experience, beginning drivers lose focus, and you can see okay right now, but in the next 10 or 15 minutes, we're gonna lose daylight. We already have. It's evening. It's night. This is it's almost 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So you're gonna be losing daylight, and then I try not to. Sometimes I drive at 6 to 9. But early on in my career, we would do a 9 to 12. You're probably saying, you drive at 9 to 12 o'clock midnight? Yeah. When you're young and trying to hustle and get that money, you do what you do. But the parents are like, I'm not coming to pick them up. You got to drop them off. I'm saying, okay. So freeway, parking, turning, each kid drives home. This is way before GPS, let me tell you. Okay? Everyone's driving about the same speed. We're taking our time, checking traffic. People coming in and out of my blind spot all the time. Like those tinted windows, I'm not mad, but you lose a lot of vision at night. Okay, and I have very good eyes. So I just want to let you know that. So I would not have my window tint that dark. Plus you're going to get put over by the police. That's stupid. So they're in a hurry up there. We're cruising. We had about 275 mile fuel range. We're down to 197. But this car gets pretty good fuel mileage. And we're just trying to cruise, not draw attention to ourselves, and just trying to be safe. And I want you to apply some of these elements. Apply some of these elements. And then, this is the second one. Like I said, I made a commitment to do the podcast. I'm going to contact Riverside. They are a hosting service that, you can have multiple people on your podcast. If you have an iPhone or a phone or a tablet, you have the internet, you can be on. So we're going to start interviewing people, talking about driver's ed, talking about social emotional. I got to get over, I don't want to be like this with this person. This is what I'm trying to do. I don't want to hang around vehicles. We're here to be safe. I don't want to be trapped behind a vehicle. So I want open road. So I'm still going to contact Riverside's customer service. And I like their prices. I'm going to really see how extensive their services are, how good their services are. But it's time that we do this. I got to stop talking. I got to start acting and make a commitment. So I'm going to get over one lane. This is an electric vehicle that costs about $80,000. That's a Blazer. Again, I'm going to get back over. I'm not running from anyone, but if I'm changing lanes a lot, I'm changing lanes because I don't want to be stuck behind someone. I'm fighting to stay open and stay safe. It's called having an out. I'm applying the SIPDE process, but I don't tailgate, and I'm not a tailgater. Okay? I'm just trying to take my time, be safe. And what you can see now is I'm not tailgating. I don't know what these people are doing. So I'm just trying to keep space. I'm driving to stay with the flow. I'm driving to stay safe. And I'm driving to keep an out. So it went from a 4-lane to a 3-lane to a 2-lane. I don't know how old this road is. But we'll do some research. Yes, that's correct. So it's a lot of traffic here. And it's 9:30 at night. There's a car on 2026s. Excuse me. Just trying to take my time. Trying to be patient. And it's 78 degrees. It was upwards of 95 today, 80 today. And in the evening, the temperature drops down. Excuse me, guys. I am all stuffed up with the sniffles. I apologize in advance. I have my last little coffee. Try to have good speed control. Take my time. It looks a lot lighter. Well, because of the headlights and the video, This processor is artificially making it look brighter than it is, but it's getting dark. Within the next 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to be dark. But I told you this was a deep drive on Gratiot, on 94, on different highways, suburban areas. But because of Riverside, I'm going to have a owner operator of a semi-truck driving school. We can get him on. He said he'd be willing to come on and talk. And then there's another gentleman. He's on another social media platform. He wrote a book. He sent me a free copy, and if I like his book, I got to look at it and evaluate it too. I want to get him on the podcast too. So there are people, if you want to come on the podcast, we got E here, give her your email. We're going to figure a cleaner way to get emails. We'll figure it out. This is why I got to contact Riverside to see how I set up the podcast. And E, I want you to be the moderator there too, and we'll figure it out. Maybe they can give us some merch. We'll talk about it. But I'm really excited because I'm going to do more reading about it. And this has got to be a reach. I'm not just doing this to do it. I'm doing this to do digital products, to build that community. We almost had 30,000 subscribers. I think we need 60 more or 55. They're in a hurry. What are they doing? Okay. So they're on level 2 road rage. Okay, you see what's going on up here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. So if that was us, we just maintain speed. This is why you have an out. Keep good speed up. So I'm going to stay right here. But I'm willing, there they go. I'm willing to give Riverside a try. And I'm going to read more about it to see if it's really a good fit for me, ease of usage, getting people to join, sending them a link, emailing them a link, or posting the link in the chat, and then they come on. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions, but I'm doing it. I'm not playing anymore. So the light's green, and this curve gives beginning drivers challenges too. I take clients on this route. They always taught us don't have students drive on straight roads, curves, turns, roundabouts. And you notice I'm not tailgating this bill. I'm trying to keep 1001. I'm about 3 seconds away. I'm not a tailgater. There's a Ram 1500 behind me. I learned about cars looking at my dad's books, the grills, the tail lights, and everything. You learn how to read through looking at books, reading labels. And a lot of Americans, because I'm an American, don't know how to read, which is sad. I'm going to slow down. Knowledge is power. Keeping space, taking my time. I had one of my former students on. He has the Tesla. We made some videos on that, and I can repost some of those. But I'm just thinking about people that I would know that would be willing to get on a podcast and talk about driving, where they're at in their journey. So I'm really excited about that. And we're losing more light already. But typically I'm usually in an older driver's ed car that has terrible headlights. But over time, if you stay with a newer, modern driver's ed company, you'll get a newer car. So Very scenic here. The curve, yes. But you figure we've been live two different lives, probably an hour, maintaining its speed. And then I drove a woman who I think is like 35, 37. She'd be willing to come on the show too. She lost her sight. She had surgery. She got her vision back. God is good. She reached out to me. We did like 8 or 9 lessons. She had a lot of anxiety, but she had to go to Secretary of State to get her license reinstated. Fortunately, they gave her a restricted license because she was driving too slow. Okay, you see the police right there. We're doing everything right. I'm telling you, bro. So I know she will come on too. Also, I have another gentleman's number in my phone. He used to be a pavement marking painter. He would paint these pavement markers. Obviously, he was on a machine that would use a laser sight that would paint these lines. Imagine that. So, but I'm thinking of some people who I know would be willing to come on and talk about driving, social media, opportunities. All these flashing lights, I don't know what's going on here, so I'm staying away from that. Sorry guys, I got the sniffles really bad. One of my students got me sick. He kept coughing and sneezing and coughing and sneezing. I'm like, don't get me sick. Get everyone in the village sick. I'm sorry. I'm like, stop. Okay? I'm not a germophobic, but you got to be careful. Now, also, I'm going to show you something. The speed limit here is 55, okay? And then when students see this next sign, they get scared and drop to 35. But that's only during school time, okay? Now, this is the time of evening that deer come out. And it's not if I will hit a deer, it's when. But many of you are saying, I thought you had positive manifestation. I do, but also I'm a realist. I'm staying away from this person on the motorcycle. I swear these people don't wear the correct gear. If I'm gonna ride a motorcycle, it's gonna be a fast one, a leader bike, and I'm gonna have the correct gear on. Okay, so, but like a lot of you looking at this video, it's hard to see. Okay, I have 20/20 vision. I have over 20/20 vision. Okay, we need to make a right turn. And I've had a lot of students almost crash here because they can't see. We're not running lights, bro. That truck's going through. Motorcycle went through too. That's a good way to die and get hit. So what are we doing here? I'm stopping. You like my blue? You like the blue? You like the blue? Right? I'm going to come up and look at traffic, okay? You always got to be happy. I'm a happy person. It's clear. I can make a right turn on red. I'm turning into the nearest lane. So, I got a bunch of shirts at home. So, you know, you got to rotate stuff in your wardrobe, man. All right, so less light, harder to see. Beginning drivers are all over the road, up on the curb, drifting out of their lane. So, I don't know if you were on, we had to go to the gas station. So I cleaned the windshield. That's why it's so clear. I cleaned the headlights. That makes a difference. So every time you get gas, you need to clean your windshield, your back windows, side windows, headlights, taillights, and you'll have crispy vision. Crispy. Okay? We're going to squeeze our brakes. We should be able to see the rear of the tires on the ground. Okay? Yeah, clean. Yeah, real talk. Clean as much as you can. We've driven over 100 miles. It doesn't seem like it, but we have. And this vehicle is the least. We're trying to keep it under 30,000. under 36. It's either 36 or 32. So then we got the railroad tracks. Yes. Even before yes. So I've got to look left and right. So I'm showing you what you should do. You look left and right. You see how dark it is now? Right? Just a moment ago. But it's getting dark. Pretty soon you won't be able to see me. No cap, no hate. So I'm just squeezing my brakes, having that light slow down. Taking my time. Yep, summertime now. It's almost 9. It is summer, 9:42. And, usually it gets dark. It's getting dark. It's not dark yet. It's 9:42. So we have these long daylight days. But over time, I'm not wishing the summer away, but it's going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. Like you can see these red lights in my face, the truck's brake lights. And then if I flip it back, you see those. So those lights are bright. Midsummer, it starts getting dark earlier. You already know. Why you wishing the summer away, E? Come on. We try to hold on to everything. It's true. But driving is a journey. You got to know different routes. You got to get gas. You got to take care of your car. What if you have a flat tire? You got to know how to change it. Every time we go on the west side to east side, there's police or fire. Okay? Fire trucks. No lie, no cap, man. Just being real with you. Thank you for the thumbs up. So, and then I did mention that I'm going with Riverside. They seem to have the best price. And because we want to get these podcasts on as many socials as possible, I want something that is easy for people to join. I want to be able to send you a link, email, or text, or come in on your phone. I got a little studio set up. You've seen it. Nice little web camera. I got to have a complete stop. Okay? And it's getting darker. You can tell. Like, can we see you? Yeah, you can see me. It's getting dark. But when I get home, I'm gonna look at the information on Riverside, and I'm gonna start with their base package, and then from there, we're gonna see what package. I still want to talk to their customer service, and maybe they can work a brand deal with me. I do have a large audience of different platforms, and then I want to start inviting people in. I want you on. I want all the people, Stephanie, and we just want to bring people in. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you. Have a good night. I will talk to you guys in a few days. Nope. Yes. Okay. I will talk to you in a few days. Subscribe. Thank you, E, for support.